Hi coaches, it's Elisa Rubio, your Upline Star Diamond coach. Today we're going to be talking about expanding your network. I'm talking about your network in life and your network online and what have you, just meeting new people, adding new people to your network. There is what's called the memory jogger. That is a tool that is available in the back office, and there's a link to it under this video or on the post associated with this video in the group that will just kind of get the juices flowing as to helping to remind you of all the different people that you have known in your life. Quite honestly, the friends that you have on Facebook are not all the people that you know, even if you have 1,000 friends on Facebook. If you have 1,000, 2,000 friends on Facebook already, chances are you already are a very outgoing person, and you actually know 6, 7, 8,000 people on a pretty good basis. So you always can be expanding your network, and not to mention the people that you haven't met yet. So you've got all sorts of people in this world, and adding people to your network is a huge part of forwarding your business. So the biggest part of that is just opening up your social network by just talking to people all the time, just being willing to open your mouth and take the risk of talking to people. You'll be surprised at how pleasant and friendly people can be, people that you've never even met before. Just yesterday I was at the airport, and I just turned to the person next to me and just started asking him, why he was going to that particular location, and business or pleasure, and just started a conversation. And I rarely come across someone who isn't willing to carry on a conversation with me. So just talk to people. And you don't necessarily have to talk to everybody that you run into about Beachbody. The purpose of talking to people is, one objective in talking to people is just to expand your comfort zone and to just be comfortable talking to people. And connecting with people, even if you never even talk about Beachbody, even if you never exchange contact information because your conversation just doesn't get to that point, you grew as a result of that conversation. That's a whole nother topic, but realize that there is a point in talking to these people. You're growing every time that you open your mouth and you take the leap of faith to begin speaking to someone new. So use the memory jogger. It's available in the back office. It's available as a link on this YouTube video, and is available the post that's associated with this video on the post and in the group. Realize that the people that you're listing on the memory jogger, don't waste time judging in your head whether or not that person would ever use a Beachbody product or become a Beachbody coach. Take that out of your head. All you're doing is, it's an exercise for your brain to help you to move outside of that scarcity mentality, that mentality that tells you there's not enough people in this world. Everyone's already a Beachbody coach. Everyone's already doing MLM. Everyone's already losing weight in different ways. It is a way to overcome that scarcity mentality and realize, oh my gosh, there is an abundance of people in this world. And there is an abundance of people that are looking for precisely what it is that I have to offer. And the vast majority of that abundance are people that I haven't met yet. And you just never know who that person is and when they will walk into your life. And so you always want to be expanding that way too. So the memory jogger helps you to bring to mind those people that you already know. I've been talking so far about 2 different types of expanding your network. The first type of expanding your network is bringing to your recollection the people you've already met. And the second type of expanding your network is actually meeting new people. So both ways are expanding your network, and I'll talk a little bit more about each. But the idea is to just move past the scarcity mentality into the abundance mentality and realize that there are hundreds of thousands and millions of people out there that would benefit from what you have to offer, and there is never a scarcity of people in this world. So here are some great ways to expand your current network into people that you don't know yet. Social media. You're probably doing it right now. You were scrolling your Facebook feed and you saw this group post, or you're scrolling the group and you saw this post. And social media is a great way to expand your social network, because you have literally at your fingertips access to hundreds of people that have friends in common with you. On a regular basis, typically once a day at least, I will scroll through the people you may know list on Facebook and add people that have more than 15 or 20 friends in common with me. Certainly those that have 50 or 60 friends in common with you, those people should be your friends already. So be adding those people. Add those people on social media. There is a link also on this post about do's and don'ts and social media faux pas and tips. It's just kind of a bonus document that you can look at. A little bit off topic though, but that's okay. Wear and share. We call wear and share when you go out in public in Beachbody getup. You know, you may have a P90X3 t-shirt or a 21 Day Fix hat or some Brazil butt lift booty shorts when you're out running or something like that. This is what we call wear and share, and basically it's a conversation starter. You know, people may be sitting next to you on the park bench while you're drinking your water after your run, and they might go, "Hey, Insanity, I did that program. Well, I tried to once, but I couldn't make it all the way through. Oh my gosh, that's intense." And you go, "Oh yeah, really?" You know, and you can start that conversation with someone, and it really just kind of prompts a conversation. Another version of wear and share, I don't know if you can call it wear and share, is a Shakeology shaker cup. I would invite every one of you to invest in a Shakeology shaker cup, or 2 or 3. They're about $6 plus about the same amount of shipping, so about $12 to get a Shakeology cup. Now at Walmart you can get a shaker cup to shake your Shakeology, but it's going to have some generic logo on it. And I think it is well worth the $12 to pay for an actual Shakeology shaker cup, because I have had more conversations start up about Shakeology in public when I, go out in the world with my Shakeology shaker cup, than, it is definitely paid for itself by helping start those conversations with people. People say, "Oh, I've heard of the Shakeology stuff," or "What is that you're drinking?" So wear and share is a great way to start a new conversation. And it immediately goes straight to the fitness aspect, which is really cool because you get to skip the part about the initial part where you're just trying to get to know the person, and you move right into what you have in common about your interests about fitness. Just being out and about. Open conversations with people. Don't necessarily try and shoot for talking about Beachbody. Sometimes you're only sitting next to someone on a park bench for 5 minutes, or at the airport for 10 minutes, or sometimes you're only standing in a grocery line for 3 minutes or 4 minutes. But sometimes it's longer, and sometimes the conversation just kind of guides itself, and let it guide itself. And sometimes it will never even go towards fitness, and sometimes it will. Again, your purpose in doing this is to expand your comfort zone and your ability to talk to people, and it will pay off. So, the bus line, or on the metro, or on the bus, or, in your carpool, at the park, sitting next to a mom as you watch, both of your kids are watching your kids on the swings, in the grocery store line, like I said, at the DMV, just strike up a conversation. Ask the person if they live around here. Ask them what they do for a living, or how many kids they have. See what you have in common and connect on some level. And if it feels right, it doesn't always feel right. In fact, probably about 50 to 60% of the time this doesn't happen, and that's okay. If it feels right, you can say, "Well, hey, we should connect on Facebook. Are you on Facebook?" And get their contact information, or send them a text message with a direct link to your Facebook page so that they can add you directly. And that way they don't feel like they're being pushed to add you, but they can make that decision to add you if they want. That's usually what I do, is I ask them, "Well, can I text you my Facebook page and you can add me?" And then they can click on that and add you if they really felt that same connection that you did. So that's a good way to connect to people. Think about something that's unique about you. I mean, do you have a particular medical condition? Do you have a child with a particular medical condition? Do you have, a gifted child? Do you have many children? Are you a mother of multiples? What's unique about you? There is probably a group on Facebook that brings together people that have that particular thing in common. And it's a really easy way to start conversations with people if you already know something that you have in common by virtue of the fact that you're both in the same group. So what I would encourage you to do is think about what makes you, what categories you can place yourself in, and go on Facebook and search in the search bar for groups of people with those characteristics, or with those that family makeup, or that condition, or what have you, and add yourself to several groups. Now, what you should not do ever, ever, ever is never, I repeat, never, because I will not have my team doing this. You'll get kicked out of the group in a jiffy if you post something like this, but don't you ever advertise for Beachbody within one of these groups. You will get kicked out immediately, and that is not the purpose of adding yourself to the group. The purpose of adding yourself to the group is to connect on an individual level with other members of the group that has something in common with you. And what I usually do is I'll just scroll the group occasionally, and I will comment on some people's photos and just genuinely show interest in what they have to offer in the group. I'll tag people to ask them questions, or I'll carry on a conversation with people within a comment thread. And then I can move that conversation, if it feels right, into a private message conversation. And then once I feel like there is a connection with this person, I can add them as a friend on Facebook. Sometimes these connections take days, weeks, months, and that's okay. But it's expanding your network. You're adding friends. And other forms of social media that I didn't mention before would be, of course, Instagram is a great way to meet new people. And on Instagram, people are a lot more forgiving about, or they're just more likely to add and start following you even if they don't know you. On Facebook, people are just a little bit more guarded, and they want to know that they do have something or at least people in common with you. So it's just a little bit different on the different platforms. But Pinterest, Instagram, Google+, these are different versions, and on your blog, people that add you as followers on your blog. These are ways to connect with new people. There is more than enough people to go around in this world, and if you, on a daily basis, add people to your network or bring people back to your network through the memory jogger, remember the people that you already know, and expand your network that way, you will have exponential growth. If nothing else, you'll have consistent growth in your network over time. And it's really the compounded effect of adding 2 or 3 new friends a day that ultimately results in, tripling, quadrupling your friend list, and just having a greater pool of people to pull from when you do post about a challenge group or something like that. So there are plenty of ways to expand your network, and I would invite you to try out one of these ways this week and check out the assignment in the group and respond to it. Let us know how it went this week.